Hi guys, Jenny back again with part 9 of my TWS December mini album. Just making a couple of tags for a multi-pocketed envelope that I don't show making here. Sorry about that. It was the first one I'd made and it was a bit of a task. Just trying some different glittered spray here, but it just was clogged up, so I just reverted back to the old faithful Tattered Angels there. Spraying some flowers, I think that was red velvet. Yeah, the pocket was designed by Laura Denison from Following the Paper Trail, and I'll put her link to the side here next to the video. Just attaching it to these tags. These tags are going in that pocket. Attaching them with glue dots and a brad. And I think this is pine needles distressing that I was distressing this tag with. And then just inking the edges with Versamark ink, and then applying some gold embossing powder around the edges. And heat setting it. The noise you hear in the background today is the lawnmower. It's not one thing, it's another here. And now just getting a couple of flowers and dabbing some gold Adirondack ink there to them, and applying some clear embossing powder and heat setting them. And I didn't want to do that to the underside of the flower, so I just sprayed them with the gold glimmer mist. Just so that it wasn't as dark underneath, because they were going back to back, and you can actually see the whites of the underside of the flowers if you don't colour them. And just attaching a couple of green rhined pearls to the centres of those flowers and attaching them with glue dots. And I don't show it, but there's a couple of other tags that go into this pocket that you'll see later on. Okay, so now just embellishing the album here, just adding the final touches to it, just deciding on a ribbon to attach to each of those tags there. And yes, I tend to get very messy when I work. I start off alright and I clean up my area as I go, but as you can see there, it's a bit of a mess. But I think that helps decide on how you're going to embellish your projects with all your products around you. I didn't show that earlier, but on that tag there, there's a Christmas tree stamp. Okay, so and now I'm just adding what now has become my trademark. I put a map of Australia on the back of each of my swap albums, and I'm just dabbing that with the gold Adirondack ink dabber there, and just heat setting it before I then apply some gold stickles around the edge of it. And I haven't, I don't think I have put my name on the back of any of the albums. I think I'm going to have to start doing that, because I notice a few of you guys do that, just so that we have a record of who made the album and what club you're in. So now just using some embroidery thread to create a bead hanger. So just threading through some gold, green, silver and red beads. It's a lot easier doing that using a needle. And this is going to go on the binding rings. And you'll see there I've already placed the ribbon on the binding rings, and you notice that there were 5 holes in the album, but I only used 3 binding rings, and for the other 2 I just threaded some of the green satin ribbon, 1/4 inch ribbon, through the other 2. Just tying a knot on the end so that they don't fall off. And I'd already placed a Tim Holtz swivel clasp on that with a church bell dangling from it as well. And now just attaching a round Tim Holtz fragment charm. What I tend to do is I buy the chains from the craft store, and I just chop it to the length that I want, and I use the O-rings to I put an O-ring on each of the ends of the chain, so that helps in attaching it to the rings, the binder rings, or the in this case I attach it to the Tim Holtz swivel clasp. Just closing the O-wires there, O-rings. Sitting there. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the final part where I'll take you through the album quickly. Bye.